These wonderful monsters are called Mechanimals, produced by Gakken, the Japanese company, back in the 1970s. I bought these at the late 70s. They all came in boxes like this. This was the spider, this one here. And everyone also had a little instruction manual like this, full of wonderful detail, showing exactly in exploded diagram form how to construct them. They gave you a little screwdriver and a spanner, and away you went, just like Meccano. But you had to have a battery as well, because they're all battery operated. I had such fun with these. So let's begin demonstrating each of these pieces. The first one is the spider. This is the only one I've got which had batteries on board. I did notice that they were starting to produce them all with batteries on board some 20 years later. So we'll see what he does first. Let's try a sideways shot. And this one you couldn't reverse the motion of it, I don't think. So let's turn him off. So that was the spider. Then the inchworm, which I showed at the beginning briefly. Oops, start him up again. They have a life of their own. Shh, boy. This is the only one which had two separate motors. This one here, which makes the thing go forward and backwards, and this one was a turntable, which allowed you to change the course of direction. So with two pieces, that was the two sources, and then we'll make it go forwards. It'll go better this way, I think. Let's try and go towards the camera. And then if you want to change the direction, you can press the other one and make him go in a different direction. And towards me. So for the other ones, I need to take off the power source for each one and then place it on the next one. This one here is called a step Dozer. Lovely name. It was, I think, the most complicated one to assemble because it's got all these levers which gives you extra movements as well. So it's got a single motor, but the extra levers meant you had an awful lot of work to do with this. You had to alter the movements and see what the levers did. Some of them make it stand on the spot. Some of them let it stand on the spot but start moving around in a circle as it is now. Or it go the other way. And the other ones, when you pushed it forward, allowed it to stand on the spot and hardly move at all, and let's get some movement going forwards now. And now it's moving sideways towards me. The combination of the levers, something I never fully grasped because they were sometimes very, very complicated. That's definitely standing on the spot now. Let's see if we can do something with this one here. Now he's advancing towards me. Oh yes, that's a good movement. And then I think with the other one lets you turn slightly left or right. Yes, he's moving over this direction now. So that was a very, very complicated for the levers. I think it's by far the most advanced of them. The step Dozer it was called. And similar to the spider, I always called this a spider, but this was actually, they called it a crab. I don't know whether you judge it's one or the other. It certainly had a very ungainly and spider-like movement, but a crab is what they call it, so there we are, a crab. And back towards me. Ooh. And kind of going sideways too. Ooh, this way. And back again. Cuthbert the crab. Wow. My favourite one, which is the last one, is this Centipede, which I used to try, if the kids were brave enough. They lie on the floor with their tummy on the ground and have this thing crawling over their back. And I tried it myself. It was very spooky. The feeling is most peculiar. All those little legs going up and down, all in the right sequence. And to have that massaging your back was something else. I did it several times and got some people enjoyed it. Others found it a bit too disturbing, like a real creature. And you go across the table as well. They're wonderful things, these. I have to say that most of the fun is in constructing them. It took 3 or 4 hours. Once you've done them, well, I've got a low boredom threshold, and half a minute later, I'd finished with them. But the fun has been shown to a lot of other people as well. So the Gakken Mechanimals, they were a marvellous toy.